Fox News hilariously and tragically made a false report of the death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg yesterday. Of course, she's 85. She's been recovering from surgery to remove cancerous nodules from a lung, and she's had her fair share of health issues over the years. Donald Trump's favorite show, Fox and Friends, was the place where this happened. And imagine what people thought when this image came up of Ruth Bader Ginsburg in 1933 to 2019 on the screen, identical to those images you see on television networks when famous people pass away. They mistakenly put it up on screen when trying to go to yet another segment on the horrible things that are happening on college campuses. It's just everything about this. It's perfect. They want to do a segment about how horrible college campuses have become, and they incorrectly put up an image claiming that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. They ended up doing an apology for it. Here it is, and very, very awkward on set as they apologize for this error.
That's right. In the meantime, we need to apologize. At the beginning of Ainsley's interview with the professor, a technical error in the control room triggered a graphic of Ruth Bader Ginsburg with a date on it. We don't want to make it seem anything other than that was a mistake, that was an accident. We believe she is still at home recovering from surgery.
Big mistake. We apologize. Big mistake, yes.
Indeed. All right. Meanwhile, let's talk a little bit
about Steve Ducey sounding super, super sincere, credible, and alpha there during that explanation, right? So clearly they had the image ready. They're ready and waiting to put it up on screen at a moment's notice. And what wasn't a mistake is that someone was told to make the graphic. And there's people who are defending this by saying, David, it's logical that they would have this image and dozens or even hundreds of others for famous people who are getting up there in age. But what doesn't make as much sense is that before a graphic like this would be sort of filed in a way where with a single click it would just go out live to air, means that it has to have been approved by multiple producers that this is the image that they would be using when that horrible day sometimes comes in the future. So it makes sense that they'd have the image, but it makes a little bit less sense to me that it could be accidentally triggered to end up live on air in this way. But the continuing saga of technical errors on Fox News. Imagine, we know Donald Trump loves Fox and Friends. Imagine Donald Trump yesterday morning sitting there in the residence at the White House or in the Oval Office or just in some room where there's a TV on in the background and he's watching that instead of listening to his presidential daily briefing or whatever he does. Imagine that image coming up, and at least for a fraction of a second, President Donald Trump thinking that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away and he's going to get a chance to put another Supreme Court justice on the court. Not for now, Donald, not today. And I think that that's good news for everybody.